Hello, hello, good afternoon, good evening, good night, any of you. I don't know what time it is. Today's Sunday, Sunday, where I sew a project on a Sunday. And for today's project, I have this box of curves. Literally every piece is a curve. The whole block makes a curve. It's a curve, 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 curve. Hi, I'm Tiffany, your host. Anyway, I know I'm weird, right? All righty, let's see who's all here so far. We got Rena, Betty, Jim, Judy, Melody, Sharon, Karen, Tracy, Kim, Amy, and probably more, but my phone is not caught up, so whatever. Anyways, welcome everybody. I have this lovely kit. It's just called Triple Dyed Bali Batik Wheel of Mystery Quilt. So I guess I'm just going to grab pieces and sew them. It should be super cinch. But I have the camera close today so that you could maybe see me sew curves. I have no idea if you're going to even see it. But the person that gifted it to me started this, must have realized they did not like sewing curves. It's not for everybody. But I am going to go ahead and just take all these out of here. And I am going to open the directions because, you know, that would be the smart thing to do. It says to start piecing by sewing a B piece to an A piece. Well, how do I know which one's A and which one's B? All right, this big one is my A pieces, curved. And then B is this other bigger piece. And obviously it's curved. And then my C piece is this funkiness of funkiness. So it's all cut and ready for me to make blocks. Trying to see how this goes here. And well, yep. And then it says to use a stiletto or bamboo skewer to help guide fabric. So if you need a stiletto, there's tools like this. See, it's got a sharp thing on it. You know, it's called if you leave it open and it falls on the floor, it's a foot stabber. So just beware if you have one of these things. I'm probably not going to use it because I've sewed a lot of curved things. Let's see. Slow. It says right here, use the registration knot as you sew at a slow speed. Me? Slow? Yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah. It's not in your vocabulary.
Let's see. Press the seam towards the B piece. So I'll always be pressing towards this one. Let's see. Let's see now. So the A. Wow, these directions are confusing. Can I just follow the picture? Like the picture just says sew this to that, that to that. So much easier. So that's how I should just sew it together. So I'm literally going to figure out what's going on here with this situation. I think this is a part of it. And then I add this piece to it. I guess it's just a random amount because it looks like the same colors over and over. So I guess I'll just add this right here. And let me put this on the chingamabobber so that you guys can see it, since I have you close for the sewing of the curve part. So I'm going to put that on there like this, and then sew another unit onto it, I guess. So I would need this one, this one, this, not that one, this one. Wow, these pieces are literally repeats over and over again. And that goes that direction, and this goes this direction. Okay. So I just need to make this unit that is very messy. So I need to add this to this piece, this piece, and this piece go together, and then I add the top and the bottom like that. And then that should make a square. How curves make a square.
You need a little bit of a bigger board, though.
Oh, I know. I don't have a bigger board, though. I should eventually make one. So let's take this unit and place this unit onto it right here. And I'm going to just match up the notch to the notch and the notch to the notch right here and right there. Why doesn't it have you just sew both? I don't get it. That makes no sense. It just says half of it. I mean, okay. Well, here goes nothing. Let's see if my way is the right way. I don't pin or anything. I just line up the notches if the notches are there. And then I like to straighten the piece when I sew it. You know, like, I just pull it like it's a straight piece. All right, so I have made this curve to be funky curved. So now I have a funky curve that goes. Now I'm going to repeat with the other side. So I will sew this curve to this. I will put the notches together. Yay, notches. Put the flat parts together. Just like this. Line them up, hold the darn thing, stick it under, and then once the needle is in, I straighten it. Stop right there, line up the other notch, and sew it. And the stiletto is to hold it if you need to hold it. Okay, there's one curve. Look at that. Now I have to put it back where it goes. Add this. Lay the flat part on here. I'm going to start the sewing. And I'm going to line up the dumb notch. And then line up this notch here. Straighten that out. And then press it. And look, already. Wow. Put it back right there. Put this side on now. Yeah, this isn't that hard. It's just a bunch of curves. You know?
You got it.
I got this. I always got this. Right there. Line up this end. I'm always stopping at the notch. And press it. Now I have this unit. Now I just need to add this one. Place in there. Line up the notch. Hold. So line up the other end. Hold and sew. Oops, I did not mean for my thread to cut. Alrighty. Now I just need to add this right here. So I need to put one of these on that side. I'm just going to start up here at the top because that's easiest.
Do you snip the fabric after you sew it?
No, I don't snip it. This is a batik. These are batiks, so they seem to just bend nicely. Okay, hold on. I got that one on there wrong. Probably going to have to switch to the other side. Let me get that little piece off of there. Yeah, batiks, when it comes to curves, so much better, and they press so much better with the curve. I don't understand why they're better, for curve piecing, but they are in my book. Come on, get off of there.
What does your t-shirt say?
My shirt says, I sew so I don't choke people. Save a life, send fabric. That's what it says. Okay, let's make sure that I have this correct again. Yes, yes, and yes. All right, let's reline this darn thing back up real quick. Reline that notch up right there, and then put this where it needs to go. Okay, it does hang over about 1/4 of an inch. I kind of figured it did. Stop at that curve or at the thing and then continue on. Press it out, and then I shall put these two pieces together with this lovely S-shaped curve. It's not a heavy curve, it's kind of light, so I'm just gonna match up my ends, line up my notches along the way.
Do you need a special template or a ruler?
For sewing curves, no, I don't need a special template or a ruler, but probably for this kit was cut, hand cut or die cut or whatever you want to call it. I don't think that seam was supposed to be
What color
pressed.
thread are you using?
I'm just using white thread. Well, actually, I have gray thread on top, white on bottom. Now I'm going to change the direction of my curve. Convex, concave, whatever. I'm going the opposite way now. I think I'm going the concave way and then back to the convex way because I'm making an S shape here. That end and so. And now I should have, yeah, I don't like how this one sews together. I think what I need is those end pieces to be sewn on first. But as soon as it is pressed, this is what it looks like. So there's one square. Not bad. Oh, you can see my little plucked threads right there. Let's get rid of that. Yeah. So you can see it matches up, but I think that these pieces need to be added after the fact. That way they stick out differently and they touch in the center. So let's lay out another one. I'm just going to lay the whole entire block. So we have one of these goes this way and nope, goes this way and this way like this. Then I'm going to grab one of these that matches that. I don't want that. That one there instead. I'm trying to make sure that I have non-matching pieces here. Let's grab this yellow from here. And this pretty blue. Nope, I do not. And I'm going to put that one there. That one there. This lovely green right there. And one more of these. Ooh, here's a pink and purpley one. Oh, look at that. Some sides of this fabric have little goldy stuff on it. Goldy stuff. Yep, that's how I say things. Speckles. Do they all have speckles? No. Doesn't look like it. All right, 2 more of these. That one right there. And this one. No, this one right here. I guess it doesn't matter which way those those go because some don't have the speckles on it. And some do. So I'm going to sew this A to this B on all of them. Line up my notch, line up the end, just sew it together.
Are you going to have open seams so you don't have a dimple in the center?
Open seams? Why would I press the seams open?
So you don't have a dimple in the center.
I don't have no dimples.
Okay.
That's to line up my notch, hold it, sew up to the notch, line up notch number dos. So see how it looks before it's pressed, but if you just press it, once I put the iron on it, because it's a batik, it lays so much flatter. Okay, so I'm going to put that right here. We're going to sew this one onto this one.
How long can batting last in a plastic bag it comes in?
Batting could last a couple years in the plastic bag that it comes in, but then I would suggest using it because we know from experience, because we buy the big, huge rolls, that there are some battings that I don't use all the time, and those end up getting bugs in them, like moths and stuff get into it, and then they'll start eating at it. Don't ask me how they get in the bags, but they do. But this should last quite a few years in a bag. Sorry, I'm trying to put these two notches together, and they're not cooperating with me. Press that, place it back where it was. Let's do this one. It's not that hard. This is actually a lot easier than other projects that have curves. Now if I could just keep these darn little notches together, that will be my, the ends, I mean.
Polyester batting get bugs in it too?
Polyester batting will get bugs in it too. That's the only ones we've actually ever noticed the moths in. But I know they get in the bags.
Those are when the bags are open and sitting in the garage,
Yeah.
though. If the bags are sealed, they should last for years.
Yeah, if it's sealed, it should last for years, yes. All right, that was that way. Let's put this one on here. Line up the notches. Come on. There we go, Mr. Curve. Got to get Mr. Curve to go straight. Not allowed to be curved anymore. Not while it's at my machine. All right, now push this that way. Place it there. I know you guys can't, well, you can see that's right there next to me. So now I'm going to put this one on here. Line it up. My needle is down. Line up the notch. And I just use my fingers to adjust. It doesn't, it's not rocket science, I guess is the word. I don't think anybody should be afraid of curves. As soon as you start moving them and sewing them, they straighten out at the machine, you know. It is good to have a seam guide or some kind of foot that has a little side thing on it. They do make a curved a curved foot thing for machines. All right, I'm going to sew this one onto this one now. It's for sewing curves. I don't know what the foot is called, but I do know they make them for sewing machines. I don't know what all machines they make it for, but I do know it exists. I just realized that this fabric, everyone says there's no right or wrong side to a batik, but you know what? Some of them, there is. And this one is definitely one of those ones. That's the right side of the batik, pretty sure. Come on, little thread. Stay where I put you. Right, here we go. Now put that on there. Stop. Align the end. Press. All right. Now those are attached. I'm going to attach this piece to this one now. Oh, you know, that's why it says it should be pressed this way, because that's in the way. Let's press it this way real quick. So these ones will go towards the big piece. My brain just saw it right now. So this should be pressed towards the A unit. Because if you have a good 1/4 inch seam, it should have a 1/4 inch piece left at the end right here. See, you have a good 1/4 inch seam. It'd be the same as if you were doing what are they called? Drunkard's Path quilts and stuff. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I should have put it on the wall. I didn't even think about it.
It's quite plain and blah behind you. We need to add some color.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so now I'm gonna line this up and sew this on. Line up the notch, line up the end, blah, blah, blah. Same thing over and over again. Stop, line it up again. So this will probably take me a little bit to, you know, do the whole thing, but. All right, now I shall press it towards that piece. Oh yeah, that's much better in the center. Okay, I like that better. All right, so let's add this one on here now. End up with the notch at the end. Line up the side. Yeah, we could put it on this side now. Yeah. All right, so now I'm going to press that out. Then I'm going to put this one on here. Line up this lovely end right here. I'm just going to put that one on the bottom instead this time. We're going to start it. Lining up my notches. Scotty put the camera up next to so you guys can watch me do this up close.
They're saying it looks like stained glass.
It looks like stained glass, huh? Interesting.
Yeah, piece of glass. It does. Like stained glass window.
All right, now I got this on there. I'm going to see. I don't want that pressed that way. It's got to be pressed this way. So I got that one on. So now I need to put this one on here. There. So I'm going to sew with it this way this time again. So I got my smaller piece on the bottom, which is okay. And I'm going to put these little notches together. And you can see when you hold it and you have the needle down, notice how it just straightens up together and both these are lined right up. Sew to it, leave that needle down. And then I'm going to line this end up right here and sew on down. And there, that one is on there. So now to put the 2 units together, my giant little S thing going on. Just going to line up my little end right here. I'm going to start my stitching with the needle down in there. And I'm literally going to line up this notch right here. I hold it with my finger. I don't need anything else. Sew up to it. And I'm going to nest this seam right here. Got to reach my hand underneath. There we go. And then I'm going to line this right there. Put this notch together. Hold it. And you can see it straightens right up and then line up the end. It's not really too hard. And yeah, this block, well, it's not as good because of this seam right here now. I don't care. I'm just sewing it. So you can see it's not perfect right here. So this piece needs to go on after that. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out the best way, and the directions just want you to sew those on there, but you lose that seam when you do. Whatever. Let's start another one. I'm just going to keep on sewing together. So this goes on here like this. Make sure that these pretty sides stick out.
Is it pucker?
No, no puckering. It's just sticking out funny. All right, needle is down. So you can see, as soon as I put these two little notches together, look at how straight that ends up. And the bottom one is just as straight as soon as those are in there. So some curves are just a lot easier to do. Like when I did the Cleopatra's fan, those curves are pretty easy to do. But you can see the two are lining right up. There's no need to pin any of this kind of stuff. Drunkard's Path is about the same, even though it's a little bit more of a curve. All right, I'm just gonna.
What's the pattern called?
The pattern is literally Wheel of Mystery Quilt. It's a benartex thing, and it says an intermediate to advanced skill level. It's just a little benartex kit. I don't know how old it is. Oh, yeah, here we go. 2004. So this is pretty old. Okay.
Are there notches in the center of the curve?
Yeah, the notches are literally right here. All right. Grab another. Come on. One of these. Doesn't matter. Okay, that one's not one of those pieces that matters. So the end has a flat part. You line those up. So you can see it convex, concave. Start it. Put the notches together. And you can see once those notches are together, it's nice and straight. Stop at it. Line up the end. I just hold it with my finger. All right. And press it away from. So I'm just going to make a bunch of those sections. And then we'll put them together. So I'll just hook all of my A and B pieces. And then we'll go from there, because they're all different colors, and I'm trying to not think about the layout, but all right. So another one. Bless you. Oops, I dropped it. Okay, now for another one. And then another one after that. And another one after that.
And another one down, and another one down, and another one bites the dust.
Yep. Yep. I'm just sewing all these together. I should probably just chain piece them, huh? Instead of singly doing them and then breaking it off. I probably should just chain piece them all through. leave that there. Grab another one of these. That side is prettier. Let's put that side down. And these are older fabrics, because I'm assuming they're the same age as this kit. So from 2004. So there is some staining around the edges, but that will be inside the quilt. So pretty sure you can see that on camera. It was in somebody's stash. So pretty though. Oops, it goes on this right there. Oh, I don't have that in front of me now. Just realized that was in front of the screen. You know, I don't even really see the comments yet. I leave a comment thing open.
Does the Juki come with a huge sewing platform?
Yes, the extension table, but I've actually heard from a few people that have bought this, the Juki, that they didn't get an extension table with theirs, that had to be ordered separate. But mine comes with it, and the box is set up, because every time I've ever ordered one of these, the box is set up with this in one of the slots. So unless they're taking them out and selling them separately, it's supposed to come with it. I think that would be very rude if they're taking them out of the box and, trying to sell the darn thing separately. That would be very rude of the company that's trying to sell it to you.
Or you depend on the company you get it from.
I get mine from SewingMachinesPlus, and it comes with it.
You can buy them at different places.
Yeah, you can
Walmart
buy them at.
sells them now.
Yeah, Walmart even sells the Juki. It's through a different company, but Walmart has it in their online shopping stuff. I'm just going to do this to the whole stack. I'm only making a couple blocks. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, I'm making 20 blocks. It's not a very big quilt. Does it say how big it's supposed to be? 40 by 50, so it's a baby size. That's what I call it. 40 by 50 is a baby size. Because I don't even need to piece backing fabric for this size quilt. All right, we don't want those two pieces because they're the same color. Right, this one and this one are the same. Don't want those two. So it just takes a little. I still sew fast, but It's a little bit slower because I do have to line things up. But other than that, it goes together pretty good for, I can't tell what side is what on that, for these curves. Like I said, it's not a heavy curve, but that's what I like about die cut pieces when it comes to stuff like this, because there's little notches at the end, you know, makes it easier to line things up. It'll be a pretty little quilt when it's done. Ah, see, I knew that. That fabric had the little specklies on it. Come on. Hopefully everybody had a lovely week this past week. I went to the doctor's this week. I sewed a lot this week. I quilted this week. I sure did a lot of stuff this week. I got a lot done. I kept busy.
You're not very handyman husband. Fix the toilet by breaking it first.
Yep, my handy dandy husband fixed the toilet by breaking it first. Eventually in the future, I keep telling him, he's like, no, but I want, even though it's not a used bathroom, I've always wanted to replace the shower and the toilet in that bathroom. Someday.
Yeah, now that no one uses it, you need a brand new one.
He's like, now that no one uses it, you need a brand new one.
For the cat to lay in.
Yeah, for the cat to lay in, because that's where Thumper is. One of his hidey spots is in the bathtub. He likes to lay in the bathtub. I told Scott, though, I was like, we've already remodeled most of the house. We need to finish. Because my bathroom is nice and remodeled, and then the living room and the bedrooms, everything's all done, except for that darn bathroom and then the kitchen. And the kitchen's kind of hard because the kitchen, we're just going to reface the cabinets, but because we can't afford new ones, they're quite expensive. And yeah, that's about it. I just need to paint and do the refinishing of the cupboards, and then obviously we're going to remove the dishwasher and turn that area into something else because we don't use a dishwasher. This is the dishwasher right here, these things.
Mine are, not yours.
Scott's are. I wash my dishes sometimes.
Really?
He always tells me, leave your dish in the sink. I'll wash it.
Rare.
So I got lazy. I don't wash dishes. I mean, I do when he's not around. Or when I need to wash my hands, I'll wash the dish that I ate from. But we're the kind of people that we keep one bowl, one plate, one spoon, one fork, and one knife out at all times because it's just us. So the items just sit in the... Wow, now I'm getting to these darker colors. Where were they in the beginning?
What made you decide to start quilting? Did it have something to do with your MS?
My quilting came as I saw something online. I don't, like I said before in the past, I don't remember if it was Facebook or Pinterest or something I saw it on, and I was like, oh, I could do that. I could make one of those. And I turned a sheet into a quilt because I knew I could do it. I seen my mom sew a lot when I was a kid, so it was like, it kind of just came to me and I was able to do it. See, now I'm getting into these brighter colors. Where were they? I should have like mixed this bundle up. So eventually I made my first quilt, and then I realized it was helping while I was making it. I didn't have a rotary cutter or anything. I just had scissors and a crappy old sewing machine. That barely worked. And yeah, I cut all the pieces by hand. I made these paper templates, and I cut out my pieces. And while I was doing all that, I realized, you know, I'm not stressing. I'm not worrying about my pain. I was in my wheelchair at that time too, by the way. I was having a really bad MS flare and I couldn't walk. I had already been in it for over a year. And
do your hands bother you with MS?
Yes, my hands bother me with MS, but I also have arthritis in my hands. So I have a little bit of double whammy. I have joint and nerve problems in my hands. And dermatomyositis, where they dry out really, really, really bad, which they kind of look already right now. And I have like scale skin. It looks like scales on my hands. I don't know if you guys ever watched my hands in the videos. You can tell I have scaly skin. I can't control that. It just happens. It's part of having MS. But yeah, I enjoyed the process of my first quilt so much that I started taking all sorts of old sheets and stuff and chopping it all up and making quilts. And I enjoyed it a lot. And I'm so glad I started. And look at me now, 8 years later. I'm like a professional. I make quilts for others. And I make my videos for you guys. And I long arm quilt for others. I just do it all. Everything quilting. Quilty, quilty. That's me. Lovely puke green color here. Am I running out of bobbin? Sounds like it.
It does.
I did finish a bigger than this quilt yesterday, so I definitely am probably low since the last time I changed it. Can you tell I'm a very sloppy sewer? It's not my fault, guys. I just like to rush everything. Even curves. They're lining up. That's all that matters. Nobody ever said that it had to be perfect. As long as it's usable. And it can be washed. It has to be able to go through the wash without falling apart. If your quilt can't go through the wash, then we got problems. because you can't fix it after it's done. I mean, you can, but that's a lot of extra work. Oh, nope, nope, don't put it that way because that was upside down. This one upside down? No, both sides are ugly. I'm wondering what this block is actually called because it doesn't say on the thing.
Just a curved block.
Just a curved block, yeah, for sure.
Stained glass window is what it looks like. But if you use different colors, it will.
I just did a whole one without lining up the notch at first. It's hard to pick up just one piece. They've been stacked so long. Scott's trying to adjust the camera to see if it helps any for you guys.
Well, it's hard to see your hands.
Yeah, I can't.
Can't do it without your hands there.
I need my hands to work. Oh, that's two pieces, not one. That side looks prettier. That side looks prettier. I don't know why I'm being picky. The fabric's older and you can tell. The fabric should last forever, so at least that one would think. I mean, they have fabric from who knows how long ago on display in museums. Things that people wore in the caveman days. Huh?
One person said the block is called Wheel of Mystery.
Oh, that's the name of the block is Wheel of Mystery? Interesting. John Flynn's Wheel of Mystery quilt featuring. Well, it just says Wheel of Mystery quilt. It doesn't say the name of the block. Well, if it's called Wheel of Mystery, then that's what it's called. I've never done it before, so this is a first. Right here in front of your very eyes. I love it when you guys can witness my first time doing something specific. Scott's singing. Well, trying to. You don't want to hear it.
I'm teaching
Trust
with
me.
you. I'm not actually singing the song. I'm trying to make you laugh.
He's trying to make me smile. Wow, my pile is getting lower. And then I still got to sew on all the other sides. Oop, nope, that goes that way. Oh, come on.
Supposedly Winding Ways and Wheel of Mystery are both.
What is now?
Winding Ways and Wheel of Mystery.
Winding Ways and Wheel of Mystery artists. I'll have to look it up after. I have block books and I've never seen this block in any of my books, so I'm not 100% about it. At least not that I've paid attention. How about that? Oops, I went too far. That's okay. I did the whole thing. What do I practice long arming on?
Yeah, junk fabric.
Junk fabric. Junk quilts that I made with junk fabric. And it's not junk, it's just not something I would have normally bought for myself. So I actually
got for free at the thrift store.
It's stuff that I got for free at the thrift store. It's usually what I'm tension on. When it comes to designs, I actually don't practice design quilting. I just put the quilt on and go. Whether it be my first time or my 100th time doing that specific design, I actually don't practice them. I don't need to at this point anymore. Even when I'm doing something that I've never done before, I don't practice it. I just turn the long arm on and go. Which is, probably not what a beginner should do, but if you know how to draw, you should be able to know how to long arm or, whatever. I don't know how to draw, but I do know how to long arm. I used to draw. I guess that's where it comes from. But yeah, I don't load back quarters or yardage or anything to practice, if that's what you're saying.
Can I see last week's quilt then?
What was last week's quilt?
Wasn't that the yellow, red?
It's not done yet.
Yeah, just the top.
Oh, yeah, the top.
Is done.
It's done, yeah. It's somewhere in the closet. I don't remember what I did last week. What did I do last week? I'm trying to think. No, I don't remember.
Well, I'm trying to pull it up so I can see a picture.
Oh, yeah.
The
Yeah,
yellow
yeah, yeah,
red?
yeah. The yellow with the red.
The top, yes.
I finished the top, but I didn't quilt the quilt. I was busy making other quilt tops. So I didn't have time to make or to quilt anything. Well, I actually did quilt too, but this week I made another quilt top. There's some things that I make off camera, and it's because I can't, the pattern is not mine, and I can't give out the measurements. And sometimes the items are whatever, just like this, but this is old as all can be, and I'm not really giving you measurements. I'm just showing you how to sew a curve. But the one that I did this week, I couldn't give you guys any measurements. I couldn't find it online. I don't know sometimes where to find things, and it was a kit, so I didn't have a way to get you guys that kit. So I do stuff like that off camera.
How do you get past busy fabric in your free motion quilting?
Uh,
do it on solids, but I get messed up when the fabric is busy.
I do just fine on free motion quilting busy fabric, but that's it just depends too, because like if there's a lot of color in the busyness that is the color of the thread that I chose to quilt with, sometimes I don't see the thread, so I have to turn the lights off and use either the black light or something else.
What size are these blocks?
I don't know how big these blocks are. You have to measure the block.
Okay, the quilt is 40 by 50 when it's done.
The blocks are 10.5 inches.
And the quilt's supposed to be 40 by 50.
Yeah, so it's 4 across by 5 down. Yeah, it's not a very big quilt. Now you got that song in my head. Feels like the first time.
I knew it.
Feels like the very first time.
I wanted to get you singing.
He says he's trying to get me to sing. Right now, because I'm sick with a cold, my singing doesn't sound very good. Neither does my talking. I sound very hoarse, and I'm sorry about that. But the weather has changed, and my sinuses are acting up all at the same time as I caught a cold from the wind the other day. We had 45, 55 mile an hour winds all day long a couple days ago, and it really got to us, both me and Scott. Is he? Oh, well.
He's just going to be at your feet. You won't see him.
Okay, I'm getting really low on my pile finally. Probably like 10 more pieces here. And then I could start putting piece C onto all this. And then hooking the two sides together. Oh, it was a sparkly one. Kind of curious if AccuQuilt has a die for block like this, you know?
I don't know. I guess they could look that up. We have an AccuQuilt link, don't we?
Yeah. Because if they have a die for something like this, then you guys could actually make something like this. Other than that, the only other thing I can think of is templates. But I don't know what they would be called because I, again, wasn't sure about the name of the block. But now that someone said earlier that it was called Wheel of whatever, Wheel of Mystery, then maybe that's what a template would be called. But if this company, benartex, had a die for all this anyway, then I'm assuming that AccuQuilt or one of those die cutting machines would have this kind of template or die. I could have looked it up before starting, but whoa. And the only reason why I'm doing this off on camera for you guys is because I just wanted you to see how easy curves were. That's one of the comments I get often is, how do you sew curves? And I just wanted you guys to see how curves are done. I actually have a custom for me drunkard's path template, so I could make a drunkard's path as well. Okay, there's two left. That one with that one. And that one with this one, and that one with that one. Okay.
Sewing machine you have?
I have a Juki TL 2010Q. It is a heavy-duty domestic machine. It is not an industrial machine. It's kind of like an industrial being heavy-duty and all, and it'll sew through a lot, but it's not an industrial. It's just a heavy-duty domestic home machine, and it's a single stitch only. And I love having a single stitch only machine. All right, now that you know how the curves are sewn, I'm going to have Scott put the camera, oh man, I'm going to undo this one because I just realized that this is a speckle fabric and I want the speckles facing out. Thought I was paying attention, but I guess I didn't for this one. Sometimes I pay attention, sometimes I don't, I guess. I don't know. All right, this fabric does not want to be ripped the other way, so I have to rip it this way.
So you want to move the camera?
Yeah, you can put it back over there. Now facing me. They've seen how the curves are sewn. And I got to press all this anyway.
Here it is.
Thumper's saying hi to everybody from the floor. Nobody's going to pick up his fat butt today. All right. Scott said that Thumper's been sleeping all day. All right, let's turn this way and resew it. If there's any more backwards pieces, I'm not ripping them though, because I thought I was paying attention the whole time, but I guess not on this one.
Okay, I'll show the book if everybody wants to see the book.
So the little tiny pamphlet thingy. Alrighty. Can you plug my iron in and place it over here, and I'll put my mats up to. Scott's trying to hold the block up close. Now remember, the block has not been pressed either.
Water.
All right. Thank you. Hold on, I gotta stretch, guys. Oh. While that iron heats up the rest of the way. All right, what did I say I was going to press these towards again? Because I did it with this one. I was pressing everything towards the outer piece. What did I do on this one? Okay, so this one's pressed towards the outer piece as well. There we go. This will not be a perfect quilt. Oh, I'm just saying it won't be. Now that I'm in front of an iron, I need a hair clip. Didn't I bring one in here with me?
You want me to get you one?
Please.
Yep.
All right, let's press all these pieces. Oh, I know, but these are curves. You're not used to it. Thank you. I literally just washed my hair today, too, so I'm not the kind of person that washes my hair every day. I wash it maybe twice a week, but not really. Probably one every 3 or 4 days. Then I wash my hair because my hair is very brittle and falls apart so easily. They look like acorns almost.
It does. Or a top. You know,
Or a top, yep.
Top thing.
Yep.
It does look like an acorn though. I see it. I
Now that I say something. Yep. So I did not have to trim around. You can see I did not cut it, and they're laying pretty darn flat. Flatter than those were because I finger pressed those. And these are being pressed with the iron.
Oh, it looks like a kite too.
Oh, a kite. Yeah, there we go. It kind of naturally just wants to go back towards the piece that I added onto the corner piece, which will make the square part of the block. So far, they all seem to be pieced nicely, even though I sewed fast. Directions say to sew slow. I mean, who does that? Just kidding, guys. I actually get comments all the time in the after, like on replays and stuff. I don't know how you sew so fast. And then others say, I could sew just as fast as you now. I've been practicing. I love it. And then I got a comment recently. I just bought a Juki and now I speed sew like you. I think it's funny. I swear by my machine though, let me tell you. You want to sew fast and be efficient because it's straight stitch and nothing's being sucked down into the elongated hole, a Juki will do it. I know if you can get a cheaper version like the Brother or the Genome or what's the other brand? There's another brand. Baby Lock has theirs too, but I don't think the Baby Lock one is as fast. But I know the Brother one is sort of fast and the Genome is sort of fast. Or Genome. I don't actually know how that's pronounced. I would pronounce it Genome. Genome with an E at the end.
When you start putting those skinny pieces on, does it feel more like you're sewing a drunkard's path?
Yeah, because it's seems more curved. And it has the end, on it, like it does. I still don't understand why it has the piece sewn on to create the S when both sides can just be sewn on to the end with a pinch. Like what I'm trying to say here is these curves right here, I don't understand why they have you put one on one side and one on the other and then sew the S when you could put both of them on one side and sew one giant curve, and then these two pieces being connected at the end, you would always have a perfect meetup in the center. I mean, that kind of makes more sense to me and to my brain, but whatever. Oh, did I just get stuck? There we go. Maybe it doesn't meet up because it's not a long enough point the other way. But I'm going to sew one with both on the same side and see how that comes out. we'll see.
How many stitches per inch does a jerky sew?
So if you sew with it at a 3mm, that's like 10 stitches per inch. But if you sew with a 0, then that's like 0 stitches per inch. It literally just goes up and down really fast. If you put it at a 6, then the stitch length is like this right here. That's 6mm, of a stitch length. However long 6 is, it's like that long. So it's more than a half an inch, I think is what 6mm is.
I have no idea.
Well, 4mm is almost, or 5mm is an inch, I think. Or half an inch, I mean, sorry. So 6 would be more than a half an inch of a stitch length. But it sews fast. It goes 1,500 stitches per minute. My long arm does like 2,500 stitches per minute. That thing goes super fast. All right, let's go fly a kite up to the highest height. Because these look like little kites now instead of acorns.
Jim got you on the kite thing.
Yeah.
Huh?
All right, those are all on there now. Now it's time to put these. I'm just gonna slide that over there on this side of everything because that would, yeah, it's gonna go on this side of everything. All right. I don't need my glasses right now. So now I'm gonna go on the side, and my butt is stuck to my chair and everything. Whew, being on the iron. You can turn the iron off for now because I'm gonna be at this for a minute.
Yeah, it's getting warm in here.
Yep, it's warm in here. Okay, so now I'm gonna start sewing these on the other way, the other side, I mean. Nice if I could just like hold it with 2 fingers, but I guess not.
An inch is 25 millimeters. So half would be 12 millimeters.
Half an inch would be what?
12 and a half millimeters.
12 and a half. So 2mm stitch length is what I'm doing now. So that's a stitch every.
A lot.
That's a lot of stitches per inch. That's
Yeah.
like 30 stitches an inch. I should count it. Okay, just making sure. Then that would be that way. Then I hook another one too. Okay. Making sure I'm sewing the right part on. I mean the right side of it. That side. Kind of curious now. Put on this and a pair of glasses so I can even see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, maybe 19. So that at the 2 millimeters setting, it's maybe 19 stitches in an inch. So it's probably 18, honestly.
You okay?
I just have a headache.
An hour and a half, you wanna go?
Let me at least get like 2 more blocks sewn. How many pieces I got going on here right now?
I think it's almost 6:30, so you've been on the
Because my neck has been held down this way for too long. Let's see how many pieces I got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay,
What?
I have the
Big boy?
iron.
Yes, he came to help.
No, I needed the iron. Not.
You told me to unplug it, so I'm sorry.
It's fine if I just want to sew these last blocks.
Okay.
I got a headache, guys. It's getting worse. So I'm gonna iron these, make these couple blocks worth right here. And then call it.
Going on your pills?
No, I will take it when I'm off live.
You sure? Take it now.
Go grab it.
Yeah, myself. You want a migraine one or do you want
The migraine one, yes, please. Yes, I have water. Thank you. Sorry, took a migraine pill. I prefer, this is Ubrelvy, but I prefer taking, what is it called? Nurtec. That, but my insurance does not cover Nurtec, which kind of sucks. So I have to take the closest one to it, which is Ubrelvy. But Nurtec is not a swallowable pill. It's actually a let it melt in your mouth thing. All right. So I'm going to put this one with this bright color right here. And then grab this with, oops. I don't know why I grabbed that one. Grab this for this side. There we go. My brain is not seeing it. And then one of these for right here. So I'm going to sew those on there real quick. That's what I'm going to do. Remember I said I was going to try that real quick. I'm going to sew one of these to this curve first. Yeah. And then sew the two pieces together. That way that seam is in there. I'm kind of curious how that would work because my brain sees sewing that way better than the other way. So that on there first. Let's see how this works. Because if it's the same result, just a different way of sewing it, and the points line up better, then that's the way I would prefer to sew it. So now that's on there. Then we sew this onto it like this. Let's see how this works. Oh, wait. Was this one on there first? Then this. Sorry. Brain fart. Like literal. Let's grab a color that's not in here. That color's already there. That color's whatever. I can't really care too much about that. Okay. So I'm going to put this one now on this. This might work better for me, my brain. Oops. And my thread came undone from playing with all this right here. Up. Okay. Are you kidding me? I know, but now I'm got a goal and I'm going to forget what I was doing since I already forgot what I did last week. Not my fault. It literally tucked the fabric on itself. Just need to release it and replace the stitches. I don't like when that happens. There we go. Release it, restitch it. Sit this way. Now put the two pieces together. See if this works my way better. So this onto this. And those seams should nest. This. See how this works. It just seems more like the way it should be done to me. The same notches are going to line up, and then the seam where I pressed it should nest up at the end, because one is going one way and one is going the other, making that curve stay pointed. I'm going to be curious how the whole thing will come together right now, so I'm going to press that. See, now it gives it one solid curve instead, and these two meet right up. So I'm going to see right now if the block looks any different piecing it this way as opposed to the way the pattern thing says to press it. So let's put these two pieces together. And then sew the one giant curve. Yeah, because look, then I don't have a gap right here. No, one giant curve. Let's see. Match up this. There. Put that seam on top of it. Nest it up. Because now I have a nested seam in the middle. Seems smart. Leave that down. Line up the next notch. Line up the end notch. Oh, that was weird.
What?
My machine was still sewing.
Well, uh-oh, is it turning into the old one?
All right, so it still has a gap on the one side, but not on the other, and it matches up. I don't know. I guess both ways it doesn't matter. That center is just a big fluffy mess. There's no really way to press that seam open either.
Well, then was the other way better?
It wasn't better, but this way makes more sense in my brain, though. Oh, it lays pretty flat. I think this comes together better, honestly, this direction.
Will the block itself still nest together easy enough?
Well, look. I think it came together closer right here in that crosshair than these two, because this one is off. This one's like sitting about 1/8 of an inch over towards that side. This one has a giant gap right here and here, but these two are touching. This one at least like barely has 1/8 of an inch gap, but because I was able to nest the seam, the 4 points come together, if that makes any sense at all. So it almost continues. And it doesn't change the size of the block either. It's still the same size. Yeah. Let me just sew the one more. So this goes to this. sew the ends on. Let's try that again and see. Yep. Almost. Okay, so those touch. That should press that way. Oh, yeah. I don't even know where I'm at. So,
Call it a night.
all right, guys. I at least got half. And then the other half will go on. Oh, I stuck them right here anyway. I'm going to get going and close my eyes so that this migraine can go away as fast as it came in, hopefully. And then I will continue on with this next Sunday. And maybe then I will be a normal person.
Can you use polyester batting for a design wall?
You cannot use polyester batting for a design wall. You can use 80/20 for a design wall. It should stick to that, but regular polyester, your blocks will just fall right off. It doesn't hold very well. I mean, you can try, but I would say just stick to 100% cotton or an 80/20. You can even use a wool, or you can use flannel. If you have flannel, you can put some flannel up on the wall. If you have, trying to think of the other one. What are those called? There's a word for it. I don't know. Somebody in the chat will know, but it sticks to fabric too. Felt, that's the word. And it was F, not P.
I was just gonna say,
Yeah.
tablecloth
So
turns
felt,
inside out.
flannel, the back of a tablecloth, which is usually flannel or felt, and then 100% cotton, some wool, or 80/20. I'm not sure about bamboo. Is bamboo batting soft? I don't remember.
I
It
don't
is
know.
soft, I think, but I'm not sure if blocks stick to it. But yeah. Anyways, all right, guys. Well, I'm gonna get going and close my eyes, or else this is just gonna get worse if the medicine doesn't kick in. So I'll see you guys all next week, and I'll continue on with this. Maybe I'll sew a couple blocks between now and then, though. That way, it's sort of almost being done. So, see you guys. Tomorrow there'll be a mail opening, and then
we don't know what time.
And I don't know what time. And the rest of this week, I don't have anything because I didn't film anything this week. I did it all off camera. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.